welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Welcome to all of my new subscribers this month as well. And if you are new to the channel today, we would love to have you welcomed to our beautiful soul family here. Please subscribe to the channel by hitting your notification bell, your like button, and drop me a comment under any of my videos this month for your chance to win a free tarot reading from me. It's just a giveaway that I offer to my subscribers as a thank you for your presence here. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to drop your comment below and be sure to hit your notification bell so that if you are chosen, we can notify you and get the ball rolling. Now for today's pick a card topic, we are looking at a no contact situation, but in this no contact situation, this person does have things that they wish to say to you today. So what do they want to say to you despite the no contact situation between the two of you? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the red flower and the Queen of Pentacles. Pile number 2 with the blue flower and the star. Pile number 3 with the whitish flower, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting, and I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is all about a no contact situation, but this person does have things that they wish to say to you. So what is it that they wish that they could say to you right this moment? Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the red flower. You were also drawn to the beautiful Queen of Pentacles here, and this is your reading. What do they want to say to you right this moment? What do they wish that they could say even though you are in no contact? Now, what I love about this beautiful queen is look at how gorgeous she is. It's like there's so much growth associated with this card. It's like she is becoming more invested in herself every moment of every day. It's like her whole aspect of herself is coming, it's impaling her. There's an aspect here of piercing, so that could even resonate with you on a physical level, but it's more so about the emotional piercing that you've created for this person. You've pierced their soul, you've influenced them. So despite the fact that there's no contact, doesn't mean that they don't use the energy between the two of you to empower themselves in some way, or sometimes it steals their empowerment perhaps, which is why you were drawn to the red card, or I'm sorry, the red flower. This is an emphasis on beauty. There's a huge emphasis on Virgo right now, the goddess energy, so how beautiful you are and how you sort of set yourself apart from other people. And there's a beautiful aspect about independence and maybe you claiming your independence. And there's a feeling of being sorry for claiming our independence. They are curious about your feelings towards them. They're talking about crystal clear intentions or crystal clear expectations that maybe they didn't receive. And they wonder how you're experiencing the disconnect or the no contact between the two of you. They wonder if you are actually embracing it or if you are feeling sad and feeling disappointed by what has happened between the two of you. I also feel like there could be commitment cycles for someone watching because they're showing me all of these diamonds coming out of her eyes. And they're emphasizing the name Teresa for me. So please take that as it resonates. That may not be a name that resonates with you, but if your name is Teresa, that's definitely going to resonate. So let's take a look here. This is a no contact situation for pile number 1. But this person has things to say. So what do they want to say right this moment to pile number 1? If they could say anything in this moment. We have the Hanged Man. We've got a lot going on here. The Empress, the 5 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords, I'm sorry. What do they want to say right this moment? The 8 of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm just going to push this up so it's a little straighter. We do have the 3 of Pentacles here and the Queen of Cups on the back of the deck. Now we're going to clarify as we go forward here. Back of deck is the 3 of Pentacles. Now there is an emphasis coming from this person about watching and about watching a foundation being formed. So this could be in relation to the Queen of Pentacles and what she has invested in. And so you may have moved into a higher level of commitment in your commitment cycles if you are the divine feminine in this moment. And they wonder if you aren't suppressing something bigger. about this connection, about your feelings for them. So it's almost like they're turning the tables on you. And even though they have things they want to say, it's like they want to hear it from you too, about what you're experiencing, how you're feeling, because they do feel like you are suppressing your feelings right now. And they think that you think if you bring your feelings to the surface and express yourself, it's going to be the end of something. They're showing me the killer whale. They do hope, and I should say that, they do hope that you are experiencing the same type of profound loss that they're experiencing right now, but that you're just too afraid to say it. Because they don't feel like they're getting any information from you either. And they feel like they have razor focus. I keep hearing sharp focus, razor focus towards you in the present moment, and they feel the temptation. This person wants you to know that they considered you sort of a turn of events in their favor, and they didn't expect everything to happen the way that it happened so quickly. It's like they didn't expect you to move out of their life so quickly. They didn't expect you to move on so quickly. They just felt like everything that happened between the two of you happened in quick succession. And the only thing that didn't kind of fall in line with that quick energy, the quick momentum of everything happening at once, was their feelings, actually. Their feelings were the only things that were kind of steady, steadfast, loyal, almost stubborn, I'm feeling. And they want you to know that they didn't not take action towards you in a very real way, not because they didn't care or because they had no intentions to. It's that they were paralyzed by fear. And they just kept holding on and waiting for the perfect second, the perfect moment to reveal themselves. And that just didn't happen. And now they can't stop thinking about that moment or those moments where they had the opportunity and they didn't take it. And they hope that you could see through them, that you could see how they truly felt, because they never wanted to give you the impression that they didn't care. They never wanted to make you feel insecure, and they're afraid that they may have done that. They feel like they've done some emotional work. It's like I just heard chopping wood. It's like I've done some emotional work. They've internalized some things, and they've gone inward. And that's where they've come up with these conclusions about who you actually are and the opportunity that they actually missed out on or are missing out on in the present moment. It was so much bigger and higher than just physical attraction. They really want to say that too. It was so much bigger than just physical attraction. And they are also blaming their nerves on the inability to come forward in the past. They may have given you the impression that you are not as important to them. And they feel really bad about that, about the impressions that they left you with. They're afraid that they hurt you with their lack of effort or their lack of emotional care towards you. Because they keep saying, I just lost a bunch on the floor, but they keep saying, I was prepared to make some type of change. I was prepared to take action towards you eventually, but the eventual energy, I never gained the courage. And I got stuck with that lack of courage. I never gained the opportunity, and I was a complete idiot. They're like, I did not make a very good decision when it came to you. And now there's the tower. All of these fell to the floor. Now with the tower energy, they're saying, I don't want to create upheaval for you. With my understanding of everything and my epiphanies, I don't want to create upheaval for you. And I wonder if you've come to the same conclusions, or are you just wearing masks? There's this they're part way between fear and empowerment in the past with you. And they were just waiting to kind of shift their weight into the empowerment side before they were going to take action. And before they got the opportunity, everything happened at once. You retreated because you felt like it was logical to do so. Because they were just taking too long. And they are blaming themselves. Like, I feel like they're really hard on themselves because now they feel the pressure of that revelation and that realization. And it's like I wove my own destiny. It's like I made my bed here. And there's an emphasis on tower energy. If I give into this realization, if I give into the pressure, I'm going to create permanent change. I can't go back. But they also can't go back on the revelations that have come in because of you. And for some of you watching, you're very far apart physically. It's like they feel like they'd have to even fly to see you in some way. Like they just, and they know that now is not the time. They feel tempted to approach you, to tell you how they feel and to express themselves. And they know that even the absence of an expression, the absence of clarity is also giving you the impression that they don't care. So it's like it's circulating them back into this reflection period. But what can I do? What can I do in this moment when I've woven my own destiny? It's like I've dreamed about flying in silently. They've dreamt about swooping in under the radar to try to get communication with you. And I just heard Celine Dion's voice saying, I've been waiting for so long. I've been waiting for so long. So a long period of longevity of no contact here. We do have the Justice. And what they really want to say to you, pile one, is the truth. It's like, I just want to empower myself and you and the situation with the truth. I want to unburden myself. And I want to make right the wrongs that I've created by being so stubborn in my expectations, in my delays, in my focus. There's Virgo energy, very strong emphasis on Virgo today. We also have very strong Libra energy here as well. And there's the Six of Cups. They miss their best friend. That's the other message coming through for you, pile one. I miss my best friend. And maybe we didn't get out of the friendship phase for some watching, but there was a huge curiosity and a thirst that existed, and that was part of their delay too, is I didn't want to wreck a good thing because I cared about you, and I do care about you in such a profound way that I put you up on that pedestal, and some part of me wanted to preserve what we had, but the thirst started to take over. And I feel like they do long for reunions. This person really wishes that they could reunite with you, and they don't want to give up the hope that that's possible someday. They know it may not be possible today, but they don't want to give up the hope that that possibility is coming for them down the line. And I feel like they're holding space for that as well. I feel like they've been holding space for that opportunity. The problem is that it's definitely not closure. They still have a desire and a wish. They actually want to come out and say, I had a huge crush on you. Full stop, I had a huge crush on you, and I wish that I could have expressed that to you. What do they want to say right this moment in no contact to pile number one? We have apprehension. They were afraid to move out into the world. They had doubt. They had fear. They now want more information from you because they also feel like maybe you were apprehensive. Maybe this wasn't as one-sided as they had convinced themselves that it was in the past. Because that was conflict talking. That was the ego talking to them in that moment. And we have eternal love. Happiness, harmony, and fulfillment. They do feel like the two of you could have had it all together. They feel like you were sort of a benchmark of their failure, where you were the one that got away. And they're always going to have a beautiful place in their heart for you. That doesn't go anywhere. When we have this Six of Cups and we've established that beautiful connection, that beautiful collaboration, this person considers you like a soulmate. We have perception. They're hoping that you can look like they have now beyond the veil of illusion to see the underlying truth of how they truly feel about you in the present moment. What do they wish they could say right this moment, please? Losing you is my biggest regret. This is a double-sided one. It says I want you on the other side. Losing you was my biggest regret. In this moment, I pretended I didn't care in the past. I pretend I don't care now. Both of those things are a lie. What do you want from me? Is this one-sided? Is it all in their head? I just saw twin flame connection, and I saw I want to find my way back to you. Is it even possible? Can we start over? What do they wish they could say, please, at this moment? I do feel drawn to you like a moth to a flame. So codependency, boundaries, attachment. I know that I should have made the first move and everything would have been different. They do feel like if they just made one move, everything would have been different. I just saw twin flame connection again. You see right through me. Even though they pretend they don't care, it's like, I feel like that both of you, it was an unspoken situation. It was the elephant in the room. Missing you comes in waves, and tonight I am drowning. Back of the deck says, but am I too late for a second chance? They know that they're too late in the immediacy of today. There may not be a lot of growth for the Queen of Pentacles here, unless she is really stuck within the confines of an independent journey, and then they feel like they could have hope. What do they want to say right this moment to pile number 1, please? I will wait for a sign from you. So they may be hesitating so that they don't wreak havoc. They've retreated. So many things remind me of you. They are very nostalgic when it comes to you, pile 1. They think of your childhood, or they think of coming of age with you. They think of you in regards to music. You speak to them through music. So a time and a place that just pops into their mind when it comes to certain songs. For someone, you might have a name that correlates with a song, so please take that as it resonates. I can't stop thinking about you. And that's the job of the Hermit. And there's not really much they feel like they can do in this present moment. I just heard it is what it is. I just want to feel the way that you made me feel again. They want to tap into this youthful version of themselves where everything was a possibility. In this moment, my life is not as together as it seems, is on the back of that deck. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. What is the very last thought that this person had about pile 1 in the bowl today, please? Just lost it. No, it's on my leg. 2 of Pentacles in the reversal. It's like an indecision. It's like they can't commit. The last thought that they had about you, pile 1, was about being impulsive and righting the wrongs and asking for forgiveness from you. Like they were thinking about what would happen if I just charged forward right now, was very chaotic, didn't care about the consequences. What would happen? Would I throw everything off balance? Would I be forgiven? Would there be further opportunity? What would be the cause and effect of that action? I don't feel like they could commit to the impulse, however. And they may not have the ability to commit in this moment, or you may not have the ability to commit in this moment. In the charm bowl today, there is a very strong emphasis on the name Teresa. So please take that as it resonates. That's coming in again in the bowl with this little rose. I think of Saint Teresa. We also have here the wishbone for good luck. They do want you to be happy as well. They are suffering from this aspect of reality transition and grief associated with you. We have chipping away at a cold exterior, and we have the nursing cap. I do think about nursing hospital professions, but also a blocked sort of crown chakra, somebody who can't get their mind off of the situation. We have the sword of clarity and truth. We do have the rolling pin. I do think about domestic energies and sort of baking cookies and motherhood, so take that as it resonates. We also have here the 8 of Wands. So feeling the pressure to communicate, wanting to visit, or wanting to take some momentum, wanting to attach themselves to momentum to come travel towards you. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates, and if it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the blue star, or blue flower rather, and the star energy, and this is your reading. The person in no contact with you has a lot to say to you. What would they like to say to you right this moment? Now, the star of Aquarius, you could be an Aquarius. There's sadness associated with the blue flower as well. And there's something about empowerment being lost or being shaken up because of this connection. You are something that they perhaps wish for or gaze upon. When I think of the star, I think of the star of Aquarius, and I think of the star of Bethlehem, something that guides us but seems too far for us to attach ourselves to. It's like a wishful thinking energy. There's also a lot of healing associated with the star energy, and you can also see on her hands, it looks like holes in her hands, like the stigmata. So somebody who's had to surrender to healing because they don't feel like there's a lot of wiggle room in order to achieve much else in the present moment. And that could just be their hopelessness talking, but let's take a look and see what do they wish to say in this moment. They have so much they want to express to pile number 2. 9, oh, there's too much going on here. There's too many, Spirit. Let's try it again. We have 9 of Pentacles showing itself. You're too good for them. That's what I just heard. You're way too good for this person, or they have made that proclamation to themselves. We have the Ten of Swords, and that's coming from a place of despair. We are dealing with somebody who is sad and who is feeling lost without the Star. Now, the Star is supposed to be looking upwards. We're supposed to be gazing at the heavens, not focused on the next step. And that could be where they're at in their healing in this moment. They don't feel like there's much they can accomplish. They don't feel very powerful in relation to this connection itself. So they don't have a lot of solutions. Not that there aren't any solutions, but they don't feel like they have them in this moment. Or they just can't see them because they're dealing from a place of pain. We have the Six of Cups. We also have the Judgment reversed and the Sun reversed. They also want to say to you that they did not see what was sitting right in front of their faces. They didn't see what was sitting right in front of them. They didn't see the connection. They didn't see you the way that you deserve to be seen. And they know they made so many mistakes. They're blaming the youth. They're blaming themselves. They are in a very emotional place when they're making all of these proclamations, because they are associating with the Six of Cups, and they're so nostalgic when it comes to you, and they care deeply about you. This doesn't have to do a lot with physical energy in this present moment. This has a lot to do with their emotional field and how they truly feel. You made an impression on this person long, long ago, and that impression has stuck. I just saw the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Lightning. And they know they made so many mistakes, and they are so hard on themselves. That's where this Ten of Swords is coming in from. They're so hard on themselves. Because in the past, they have had their ego transfixed upon you. Like, they are focused upon you. And there's that Nine of Pumpkins. They're really putting you up on this pedestal, and they're saying that in the present moment, you're still the biggest distraction that they have in their life. So even the fact that there's no contact doesn't really make a difference to this person, because you're still distracting them in the work realm, in their home realm. No matter what the situation is, you're distracting them. And just because there's no contact, don't think that they don't want to contact you, because they just showed me a bird that has a hood on its head. It's like, just because they haven't contacted you doesn't mean that they don't feel the desire to contact you, because they absolutely do. There's the Three of Wands. But look at this Three of Wands. It's melted candles on top of this skull that's looking upwards, and it's looking almost devastated, looking for the light. And they want to say that I can't transition. I can't transition. I can't let go. I just keep looking for the light. It's like I'm habitually used to looking for hope in this situation, and I can't seem to completely let go, even if good sense and logic tells me I should probably let go. The Six of Cups makes it difficult for us to break that collaboration. And we have the Empress, because that's the revelation. They look at your picture a lot as well. She's holding this camera, but they like to look at photos of you. They're very nostalgic when it comes to you. And despite the fact that they don't have the right to, they get very jealous. They know that they perhaps can't transition towards you in this moment because they feel like you're not available, or maybe they're not available. But they know that there's grief surrounding expansion. They can't expand in this present moment. And that could be because of your position. That could be because of what they're gazing, because they could be watching you as well. But they get very jealous when it comes to you. There's this competitive edge. I feel like they even get jealous of people who just get to be your friend and just get to see you all the time. They get jealous over these types of people. And I just, like, they're just not in harmony. They just don't feel balanced. We have the Knight of Wands. They want you to know that if they could go back to the drawing board, they would just go for it. They would just be impulsive. They would just not worry about the consequences, because now they realize that they held back because they were worried about the consequences. Those consequences that they were worried about in the past were manageable. The consequences they're worried about now may not feel manageable. And they also want to say that even if they're surrounded by a lot of people, they feel very lonely towards you. You are the star that they're holding in that lantern, but there's not much that they feel like they can do about it. And time, I feel like, is of the essence, or time has ticked along. It's like many years have gone by, perhaps, for someone watching. Because I feel like I've gone from this Knight of Wands to this man with this long beard. Time has not improved upon the situation. And they're saying all I can do, because they have a concern for a home, and this could be a concern for your home or their home, but all they can do is surrender to these thoughts of you in this moment. That's all they can do. It's like my hands are tied behind my back. What do I want to say, please? And they want to say that they have so much that they want to say that they're afraid of opening up those floodgates. They're afraid of making an error in judgment again by not shutting up. It's like, what if I say too much? What if I charge forward with what I think to be true, and then you reject me and you tell me that this was all one-sided and this was all in my head? That's part of the reality and the grief that stops them from coming forward with their truth. And so instead they are choosing to handle the situation with grace, as much grace as they are able to in this moment. They are talking about codependent attachments towards you, towards the divine feminine, if you are relating as such. And they do want you to kind of feel the same way. They want you to feel codependent to them. They're also talking here about perhaps codependencies towards other areas of life or other people, which is inhibiting growth in this connection at this moment. Because they're saying, otherwise I would come forward. But I can't right now because I don't want to create havoc. There could be other people involved here in the situation. And they don't want to create heartbreak and pain. They don't want to spread it around. They're speaking about the desire to come forward. But here with this Seven of Pentacles, somebody has invested in something and this investment has taken a long time. But the thing is that they're saying, I've also invested in this focus towards you for the same amount of time. I've invested energy into you as well. But sometimes with the Seven of Pentacles, we have to pull up everything that we have planted in order to start with a fresh new garden. And that's what makes them hesitate. That's what makes them not come forward in this profound way and halts them here. But it's also exactly what spearheads all of that jealousy and insecurity. They don't like to think of you with other people. What do they wish to say right this moment, please? Pile number 2. We have horse. We have the earthworm. Coming out with the fish, we have Pisces energy here on the back of the deck. Now the horse is freedom of choice. You can see that there's this big crescent moon in the middle of the forehead. It's about trusting in your third eye, trusting in your inner wisdom codes to see the discernible truth. Also in the horse's mane are all of these braids that are all plaited up. And they're speaking here about the fear of other people's opinions coming in when it comes to making a choice directly related to you. So there's a difficult decision for them to make. And if they follow their intuition, they're going to have to face all of that. They're going to have to face the opinions of other people and upheaval, perhaps. And so they just take a deep dive with their emotion. But as they take a deep dive in that emotion, their inner self, their higher self, they're waiting for them with that discernible truth. Now the earthworm, the earthworm is a very undervalued creature. And the earthworm toils under the surface of the earth. It can't see anything. It can't hear anything. It just goes off of vibration its entire life. It's a very lonely existence, but without it, we would fail to thrive. We wouldn't be able to live on this earth without the aeration and the aeration of the soil. The earthworm is very pivotal to our survival. But in relation to your connection, this person feels completely ignored or feels like they're ignoring you. But that doesn't mean that there's not things going on beneath that surface that we can't see or hear. So despite that there's no contact, despite that they can't see you, despite that they can't hear you, that doesn't mean that they're not toiling under the surface of everything. And it doesn't mean that you are not an integral part of their survival or how they perceive their survival to be. You have been a huge influence on their journey, guiding them in many ways or influencing them in very, very distinct ways, despite the fact that they haven't been able to speak that or to really proclaim that to you. What do they want? Ooh. You gave me a spark. You gave me that spark. And you might have been the person that actually handed them their very first spark. It's like you were this person that ignited them inside. And then we have the sexual thoughts that run through my mind as a result of that spark. And that hasn't gone anywhere. It's like the Olympic torch. It just keeps being carried and carried and carried. I do keep a close eye on your social media. So despite no contact, I'm trying to watch you. I'm very reminiscent of times that we've spent together in the past. And it's very bittersweet, those memories. They talk about the bittersweetness of remembering all of those beautiful moments, but also remembering the opportunities that they missed. I have thought about taking a trip with you. They've fantasized about whisking you off on a vacation. And I do want to take action, but I have to plan my approach. And that is the job of the hermit. They have to be careful about the approach that they take, because they don't want to make another mistake. That's what I just heard. What do they wish to say to pile number 2 right this moment, please? I'm going to fix it, but first I'm fixing me. Oh, memories of us keep me going. And I am keeping tabs on you. They are watching you, pile 2. Soulmates, is that what this is? This person feels very practical in nature. They may not be the type to sort of really listen to the concepts of soulmate twin flames, but you've woken them up to the possibility. Can we start over? That came out in pile 1 as well, because the truth is that you make me weak everywhere. I'm on the fence about what to do, and I'm afraid that you won't like the person that I've become. It's like, what if I've evolved into a person that you don't like? I do have a lot of distractions in my life right now. Is on one side, and I fancy everything about you on the other side of that deck. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 2. The last thought that this person had today about pile number 2, please. 10 of Swords reversed. So in the recent past, we had the 10 of Swords upright, but now we have the 10 of Swords reversed. So the most recent thought that this person had in relation to some of the despair and the devastation is about seeking forgiveness, seeking some type of closure, wanting to seek closure so that they can move on and gain some type of perspective. So we have the King of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Swords reversed. Now, this last thought was them charging forward with this concept of, I need to gain closure, I need to gain forgiveness. Let's create some endings to this situation so that we don't have to be influenced by it forever. But the truth is that their focus wasn't totally, that's why the King of Wands is not exactly irresolute in this focus. It wasn't totally upon forgiveness and closure. They're jumping to that conclusion so that they can get some sort of movement out of themselves, or it's their higher self's way of trying to get them out of this perspective of loss and complete despair into some type of perspective of solutions. Not that the solutions are easy. Spirit never wants to indicate that the solutions will be easy. They will challenge us. This person has a to-do list, pile 2. We have the clipboard here, a to-do list. We do have piracy associated perhaps with the to-do list, so take that as it resonates. Crossroads, no ability to commit, reality transitions, and grief. We do have the Strength Ruin, powerfully overcoming forces against you. And they do hope that that's a possibility. Oops, I bumped you. We have the letter J and S. We also have here the Divine Feminine, the whale tail, so I think of expression and surrender. We have Virgo energy here, Leo energy, and the wings, looking at things from a higher perspective to see the truth between the two of you. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading. Be sure to hit your notification bell and your like button so that I can notify you and we can get the ball rolling. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you come and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the white flower. You're also drawn to the Two of Pentacles, and this is your reading. The person on your mind in no contact has some things that they want to say to you. What do they want to say to you right this moment? Now, the Two of Pentacles is about holding space for more. Somebody who's feeling kind of overwhelmed by the idea of letting you go, potentially, or holding on to the connection even further. I can't deny that these coins over the eyes, they were giving me this impression of kind of going across the river Styx and sort of paying the toll for that transition. So there's this aspect of closure that hasn't been achieved here in this situation. And they know that maybe they should let go. Maybe they've been holding on for a little bit too long, but there's an attachment issue. The curls around the top remind me a lot of the devil energy of Capricorn. So Capricorn could be a really major feature in your charts, perhaps. It doesn't have to be. The main thing that this person really wants is to seek out more information about you and what you're feeling so that they can know whether or not they should be holding hope or whether or not they should end the cycle and let go of what their expectations are in the present moment. Whoops, because they are still holding space for you and they don't know if that's a positive thing for them to be doing or if it's something that is wasteful. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot for you to start. What do they need to say in this moment? What do they want to say? Two of Cups reversed. This could have been somebody that you broke up with in the past. This could be an ex. The Four of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. Oh, you know, there's already this message coming through about somebody's stubbornness and somebody who's bullheaded, who it's like they get sucked into this mentality, this stubbornness, this bullheaded energy, and they're blaming themselves for perhaps a disconnect or a breakup in the past, of disconnection. They want you to know that they've tried several times to reach out, or they've tried, it's like they picked up the phone, they've dialed the number, or they've written out a text and they are about to press send. It's like they've tried so many different times to bring themselves to the point of change, to push themselves out of their comfort zone, and they just fall back into complacency. We have the Strength, Leo energy. Back of the deck, we already have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups, and they are heartbroken. That's what they want. They don't want this to continue. They don't want this to continue. For some, this might have continued for a couple of years. It doesn't have to have been a couple of years. For others, it's just a couple of months of the two of you being in no contact, and they don't want it to be like that. They know that they have to change. That's what I keep hearing. I know I have to change, and I know that I need to change if I want to be in alignment with someone like you. I feel very emotional, like I could cry. Like there's something very heartbroken here. And I feel like they're heartbroken too because they feel like they've broken your heart. Like they feel like they've broken your heart here in this situation as well. And they are very, very interested in reunions, Pile 3. This person feels like not only did they lose perhaps a relationship, but they feel like they lost their best friend. And it wasn't until you moved away or you separated from them in some way, the no contact was initiated, that they recognized how different you are. And maybe they even tried on another life for some. Maybe they even dated other people. Maybe they even went out with others. That's how they could tell in the contrast that this was not for them and that you are actually maybe the one for them. I feel like this person in the past didn't feel a readiness to commit in a very real way, but things are changing for them. They're talking about being lured as well, like something tempted them. So this is not going to resonate with everyone, but for someone watching, what could have broken up the connection was a temptation outside of the connection. Maybe they were just tempted by what could be available to them in the unknown. But once they explored that unknown, it was very much a disappointment. And they recognized that that was just a detour and that all paths should lead to you. And they hope that all paths lead to you. Like they hope that there is a relationship waiting for the two of you. They're even focusing me now here in this corner of this card, in this little bird bath, and the two little birds sitting on the side of the bird bath. And there's something about cleansing. It's like, let's use this as an opportunity to cleanse the situation, to create change out of the situation. You have the Ten of Cups. They can find, I keep hearing, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Like, I can see clearly now. They can see clearly now who you are and what they want with you. And if they weren't available for commitments in the past, they're like, I'll commit with you. It's like, it might take us time to get there, but I want more with you. And I recognize who you are now. The Six of Wands. And they have given you the impression that they're overlooking you, or maybe they've even ignored you, or you felt that sort of being not cared for, not being prioritized. And that's the ego. That was the ego sort of forcing them to put a mask on, to act like the decision that they made walking away from you was a positive decision. It's almost like they're saying, I was trying to convince myself that I'd made the right choice, and I was gaslighting myself. I was lying to myself. What they found out in the world was boring, was lackluster, was not worth it, wasn't worth the temptation. The Eight of Wands. And now there's this desire to give in to the pressure, almost, to give in to the pressure of more, to give in to the pressure of reacting in your relationship with integrity in mind and making decisions based on integrity and based on commitment cycles and based on loyalty. They want another opportunity to prove that they can be loyal. And a part of them is afraid of sort of what would be expected of them. But part of them, a bigger part of them, is afraid what life would look like forever without you beside them. And so it's like they're stuck between these two versions of hard. It's like, I have to choose my version of hard. I have to choose whether or not I can step up and lead the way that you need me to, or whether I need to walk away from this connection. Both are hard. It's going to challenge them. And this is a profound challenge for them in this moment. Moving into the future, they want to try to prove themselves. They want more communication with you so that they can include you in some of these revelations. And although they felt like they took a detour, again, they keep talking about all paths leading to you. We have the Ace of Wands. And they want you to know that it was you that inspired them to change. That without you, they don't feel like they would have ever changed, or they would have ever come to this conclusion about themselves or about anything else. That's you who's inspiring them to change, to move out of maybe a partier type of mentality and to move into something more. They also know that they've caused sort of extreme worry for you in the future. It's like they know that they're going to have to prove themselves because they know that they made you worry, and they know that now you're constantly looking to the horizon for more examples of that worry. Or it's like you're paranoid because I feel like they really hurt you, and they know that they really hurt you. And now they know that they've also, because of their actions, have made you paranoid, and they want to apologize for that. We have here the Chariot and the Queen of Swords. And they know that maybe you've cut them out of your life. Maybe you blocked them because they're speaking about this lack of access to you. Rightfully so. They're like, rightfully so, lack of access to you. But it's like, if you've blocked me, that means you've moved on, but are you still emotionally pulled towards me? It's like, maybe you're trying to move on, but do you still love me? Do you still care about me in this present moment? Are you struggling to keep me out of your life? Because they're struggling. They're really jealous to think of you moving on with other people. So if you have sort of started seeing other people, or if you've moved on into a new connection, they hate that. They hate that. It's like they feel the boundaries that you're keeping, and there's almost like a surprise, to be honest, in their countenance about how you're able to keep the boundaries. They're surprised that you were able to maintain your boundaries with them. And when you said you were going to do something and you did it, they were very surprised by that. And they wonder if that means that you've left, or if you've moved on, or whether or not you're still also kind of attached as they are in this connection. What do they want to say, please? Pile number 3. I want to talk with you more. It's like I want to, it says awaited message arrives, text, email, call, and hovering. They check their messages repeatedly to see if you've unblocked them. They check social media to see if they have access to you yet. And I feel like for some, you've blocked this person. You don't allow them access to you in this moment, but they want to talk to you. They want to let you know that they've changed. They want to let you know that they are interested in a relationship with you. If that would happen in a perfect world, that may not be available to them, especially if this Queen of Swords is really serious about her boundaries, but that's what they're hoping for. We have paradise. Paradise to them is happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, and oneness with you. And they're talking about loneliness. They just said no man is an island. They're very lonely. And we had here, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapting, changing, and healing. And that's what came to light, is that they didn't think it would be as hard as it was to walk away from you or to not have you in their life. So maybe they changed directions, but now they've changed directions back. And now they recognize what they have to do to achieve more healing, to achieve change in this situation. Back of the deck is soulmates. They do feel like they are in a soul contract with you. It says agreement and soul contract partnership. What do they wish they could say to pile number 3, please? The vulture and the sea serpent. And the swan as well, back of deck. I think of the Queen of Swords with the swan. You can see she's reflecting herself. This is also sort of a twin flame energy where we're mirroring each other in the present moment. Now the vulture is circling. So this person is really trying to maintain closeness to you. It's like they're even though there's been no contact, or even though maybe you've blocked them, for instance, a lack of contact, they still have bones to pick. They feel like it's not over in this present moment. You can even see the sea serpent. It's like the sea serpent's about to chew its own tail. It's this circular energy of going round and around in a circular fashion, biting the hand that feeds, is what I just heard. And they're also going over and over in their own mindset about the things that they've done to have created the situation, because they are taking on the responsibility themselves. So they don't blame you for taking the stance that you had to take. They don't blame you. But they still feel like there are bones to pick here. And they are very, like, they're watchful. They're trying to watch for you. Yeah, there's the gazelle. And there's the dolphin. I think of the 3 of Cups with dolphin. I think of friendship. I think of going out. They're emphasizing your laugh. They really love the sound of your laugh. They miss that. What do they want to say to pile number 3 right this moment, please? In no contact. What do you want? And I feel the same way. And it's coming in the reversal, which is interesting to me. It's like, I know what I want, but maybe I'll hold back until I hear about what you want, until we can sort of see if they mirror each other, because they want you. I feel like you also want this person, but you're maybe afraid to open up those channels because you're trying to protect yourself. I dream about you a lot, probably too much, more than I deserve. Fantasizing about you. And they're also, again, confused about how you're feeling. I sometimes wonder if you still care. Oh, we've got a lot going on here. We have 15, the sex energy, light, and I hope you'll wait for me. Now, I am getting the impression that for someone watching, this person could have left the connection behind to go explore a more free life, for instance. But things quickly came to light on that path. Things quickly came to light for them that was not a path that would lead to fulfillment, and now they're afraid to talk to you. Let's get 2 more. We might as well keep it balanced. I do want a fresh start with you. Oh my goodness. I'm in so much pain and I'm terrified. Terrified that you won't let me in, terrified that you won't forgive me. And it says, I would do anything for you, but they're waiting for you. And it's ... Every time I see that, I think of that song by Meatloaf. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And then we have they're waiting for you. I never imagined so much perfection. They're really laying on the compliments too. This person's really laying it on thick. It's like they're trying to get into your good graces again. What do they want to say, please, right this moment? My reputation is important to me. There is a feeling of feeling like their reputation took a hit when it came to your connection or when it came to their actions towards you. So they feel like their reputation took a bit of a hit, especially their reputation that you hold towards them. I'm very scared. It says here, we don't always get what we want, but it feels possible, but I can't give up completely. So even though it feels impossible and they can't give up, they know that they don't always get everything that they want. They know that ultimately they can't force you to forgive or to allow them back into your life, which is what they're hoping for. I want a fresh start. They keep emphasizing fresh, which is a sexual element. So it's they are missing you in that capacity. This just doesn't feel right. It's like we should be together. I've been meaning to tell you something, ... And I feel like it's a loving energy. It's like maybe I didn't tell you that I loved you. I know that I have been deceitful. Is coming through. We'll get one more. Well, there's lots more, but we'll just pick through here. Do you ever think about us? Because nothing brings me peace. We'll look at these ones as well. I feel great except when I don't. I want to move into a beautiful future with you, and I know that we could have it all together. Oh, this person they really want to make amends. Now, whether you're open to that or not, they really want to make amends. I will never stop hoping for us is on the back of that deck. So you may find, pile 3, that this person has intentions, that they say that they're waiting for you to reach out to them. They may not want to cross the boundaries that you've created for them, but they are very open to more connection with you. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3. The last thing that they thought about pile number 3 in the bowl. Their last thought, please. 9 of Pentacles, beauty, grace. It's like not recognizing what was sitting right in front of them. It's like putting you up on this pedestal and wanting to return home. There's the 8 of Cups reversed. And here's the Page of Pentacles. It's like somebody who has made a really big mistake and really wasn't thinking with their head. They're talking about somebody who made trouble with the opportunity, made trouble in your connection. They weren't taking the opportunity seriously, and now they're recognizing that their empowerment lies at home with you. It's like, I want to fully learn from my mistake. I want to return to home base. A lot of big ones in the bowl today. We have U and F. So there could have been some big words used during a disconnect here. We have P and R, another P. We also have a little card here, the 5 of Pentacles, so loss. Using an old situation as a crutch a little bit. We have police, and we have crystal clear intentions with the clear shell. We also have self-sabotage, so somebody who sabotaged a good thing. And we have the pentagram again, I think of the 5 of Pentacles, and loss. Again, somebody who's experiencing the separation as heavily as you. We do have the divine feminine standing upright, so it's like somebody who's creating boundaries for herself, trying to stand on her own 2 feet. We have 2 linked hearts, somebody who's interested in a relationship. We also have the guitar pick. And we have St. Anthony, the patron saint of lost things or impossible causes. He is holding up baby Jesus, so there could be a message surrounding children. There could also be a message surrounding the name Anthony, so please take that as it resonates. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. And I also hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. And I hope you have a great day.